Hi, guys. Welcome back to a new season of Perfectly Imperfect by Macadia. I know it's been a minute. I have been out of sync and I have not done any kind of uploading or recording on my channel since last year. But we're back. The content is going to be of the same nature. Am I going to change anything in terms of the kind of content I normally post? No. I will be posting the same kind of powerful content personal because a lot of my contents were mainly about my personal experience and things that I have been through and things that I'm going through, and I will still continue on that path where I'm going to be most of my content and my motivational speaking are going to be based off my past personal experience. So today, jumping back out there, I wanted to talk about the challenges that we're going through right now in the season and how important it is to stay motivated and try to stay as connected as possible as you can with self. A lot of times, because of the environment that we are used to and the culture that we're used to, we spend so much time in the presence of others that this season that we're going through where we are also mostly isolated, slow to speak. If we have kids, it's just you and your kids, and if you're in a relationship, it's you and your partner and your family most of all. But that personal connection or that other connection that you'd normally get from your friends, a lot of times that's not there. So you first have to learn to sync with yourself, be comfortable with spending time with yourself, because over time what's going to happen is that if you are not comfortable with self and spend a lot of time with yourself, you're gonna find that it's gonna affect you. You're gonna be out there feeling kind of depressed, feeling kind of out of it, feeling kind of empty, feeling kind of alone. All right. So the first thing that we have to tackle during the season is being able to take care of self, being able to be self-sufficient, being able to be, rely on yourself for that attention and that kind of source that kind of strength or energy that you would have normally gotten from an outside source. I know there are still friends that we keep connected with. Personally, me and my best friend, we touch base almost every day, making sure everybody's all right, even though we are apart, and we're trying to stay in our respective circles, our respective home, with the event of everything that's going on. We make sure that we touch base every day. But for the most important part, the heavier load, you have to be able to carry that on your own right now, especially the season that we're going through. Another thing that I wanted to talk about is our millennials who are, I'm not going to say who are, because, I am one of them and I am going through it. We get up every day and we dress up and we look pretty, but we don't feel pretty. We don't feel beautiful. We are going through a lot of stuff internally, mentally, and a lot of times we are slow to ask for help because of the society that we are reared in. And speaking up about how you feel mentally, you'll get a lot of backlash about it. People are going to say, "Oh, I'm to the mad girl, man," or me thinks the girl I did whatever, but she not so stable in her head part. No. Find what I've been doing, because it is a rough time for us all right now, and I'm going through it personally. As I said, my contents are not going to change. It's going to be solely about what I'm going through right now, and I know that there are other persons out there who are going through the same things that I'm going through. I made a post a couple of weeks ago, and I was talking about the millennials who are dressed up in these pretty little black dresses, and we have on our multiple layers of makeups, and underneath that all, it's it's a depressed generation, a generation going through a myriad of mental illnesses and things that we would want to talk about, but you don't have that trusted source, or you might not be able to afford to go to a psychologist. And even more so, a lot of us are not going to want to go to speak to someone, because, and even if you go speak to someone, that's another burden on you, because you don't want people to know that this is the direction that you're taking. But we ought to be cognizant of the fact that the season that we're going through, and not just dirty people, mad, and not just people out there who are not taking care of themselves who are mad. A lot of these people who are going through mental illnesses right now are people like you and I, people who want more out of life, people who keep trying and keep pushing, and you have one failure after another, one setback after another, and you feel like you cannot keep going, and you feel like you want to keep going and you want so much more, but you're not getting to where you want to be. And it's important to be able to reach the place where you're able to speak to someone about what's going on with you, whether it may be a trusted confidant. So it's important for you to be able to find someone to talk to about what's going on. What I have been working on with myself, because I have been going through it as well, as I mentioned before, I use my affirmations daily. I keep telling myself that I am enough. I am where I am supposed to be at this stage in my life, and I could not have been anywhere else. We're going to have good days. You're going to have great mornings, and then other days you're going to have dull mornings. Don't expect to fix it all at once, and don't expect for things to be better right out the door. It's a work in progress slowly. I remind myself daily that the most important thing is time, patience, and faith. So those are my three biggies right now for me. Time, I know that, I am not where I want to be right now, but I keep improving myself and I keep pushing myself, and I need to have patience. And let me tell you, I think that is one of my greatest internal enemies. From season 1, you always hear me talking about my internal enemies, and what my internal enemies are. And how much a lot of the things that we go through are generally not external, but they are mostly internal. So I don't have no patience at all, but I am working on that. I keep reminding myself that time, is it the time as yet? I don't know. It's not my time, and it's the universe's timing, or it's God's timing, whatever it is that, we all believe in. Patience. I must be patient with myself. I must give myself time to grow. I must give myself time to just get to that place where I need to be. And I first must have faith, and then I must have faith and believe in what it is that I am doing. Trust in the process. I always say that trust in the process is not going to be easy. Trust in the process means that, again, we are going to need to have faith. Trust in the process means that, again, you will need to understand that where you're at right now, you couldn't have been doing anything else. You could not have been anywhere else in, this phase in your life but where you're at today. So trust the process, be patient with yourself, and keep on working. Believe in what it is that you are doing. And as I mentioned, not every day is going to be one of those kick-ass days where you know that, I'm beat up the day. Some days are going to beat you up. Some days you're going to get defeated, but then there are other days where you're going to have it under your belt, and today is a good day, tomorrow might not be a good day, and so forth, and you continue to proceed. What I tend to do, be mindful of the people that I communicate with as well, because a lot of people, you don't necessarily want to share certain things that's going on about you, because as I mentioned before, you might be judged, you might be, viewed a certain particular type of way. So choose your friends, choose your environment. It's very limited right now. Most of us are operating on a very, very, very tiny circle of support system and friends, like we used to have, as I mentioned before. So make sure that one person that you stay connected with, or that two persons that you stay connected with, are people who are powerful, people who's going to push you and who's going to say, hey, I know that today is kicking your ass, but listen, the day is almost over and you're going to have an amazing day tomorrow. I have two of those people in my life. There's my little sister, and then there's my best friend, and they remind me daily, that, listen, today is almost over, girl. Keep pushing. It's gonna be a better day. It wasn't what you expected it to be, and keep going. Then tomorrow now is one of my day, and I make a lot of noise, and today is a great day, and I conquered. Today is one of those days for me, because underneath this layer all, I am going through it. But nevertheless, I am trying to trust the process. And I implore you all to do that. Be patient with yourself. be gentle with yourself. Give yourself time to get to where you need to be. Another one of the things that we also need to do is to continue to set goals. Not because things aren't going the way that you intended for them to go right now in this season. Don't stop planning. Don't stop putting things in place. Make sure that gradually, as time goes by, as days goes by, you're still doing the things that you normally do, to get you to that place where you were, whatever it is that was going on with you. So keep planning, keep making, writing down your goals, keep setting objective, long-term, short-term goals. Keep doing all of that in amidst of everything that's going on. Keep doing that. I personally, for myself, I think that social media has been a bummer for me. I spend some days I spend a lot of times on social media watching what's going on with other people, and sometimes I forget that it's just social media, and a lot of things that are posted on the media or on the gram or wherever, it doesn't necessarily depict people's real life about what's going on with them. So while you measure yourself with what it is that's going on social media, we forget and we lose sight of the fact that a lot of these things that we see posted on social media is not generally or necessary that person's real life or that person's real struggle or what it is that they are going through. It is just for likes. So don't get too caught up in what you see is going on with in other people's life on social media, and lose track of where you are at right now. All right, guys, this has been a lengthy video so far, so I'm gonna close right now. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for season 2's new content. And as I mentioned, content will stay the same kind of powerful stuff I normally post, and we're going to try to keep up with posting at least once per week, or we're working from home again due to all of this lockdown, so we are going to try to post as often as we can and try to increase the followers. I'm doing this solely to motivate and empower people, so hey, we're out here trying to reach as many people as we can, because I know that there are a lot of persons out there that's going through a lot of things right now, and I've learned over the last couple of months since I haven't been posting that I was reaching some people. A lot of persons had reached out to me and say, hey Maki, I noticed you haven't posted in a minute, like what's going on? I used to look forward to getting your contents every week and so forth. So guys, pardon my absence, and I'm back on board, so keep checking it out, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much for being a part of my channel, and I look forward to continue motivating and empowering you guys.